I've been getting 8 million calls on this dude. His name is Clay Aiken. Clay, can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you. Hey, guys.
Man, I knew that American Idol was going to totally change your life when you won that, or when you almost won the thing. But it seems, you know what? It seems like you did win it, but I didn't realize it was going to totally change my life too, dude.
Yours?
Yeah, dude. You don't realize how many calls I get for you, and the show is based, of course, in Los Angeles, but I get calls all over the freaking planet. Your fans are rabid. They're insane, dude. Did you have any idea it was going to be this crazy after you got as far as you did on American Idol?
Oh no, absolutely not. I didn't expect to be as far as I got. I didn't expect to get to the top 12. So I made no expectations. That's right. I keep that rule of thumb, a philosophy of mine, not to make any expectations of anything. So everything's a surprise, but they're nice surprises.
Let me kind of compare. Like 2 years ago, what were you doing? Like your daily routine?
I was a student, majoring in special education to work with to be a special ed teacher, and so this is quite a difference.
Yeah, no kidding.
180.
And then 2 years later, you're on the cover of Rolling Stone.
Right.
How surreal is that, man?
It's completely different. You know what? But I look at it and I'm like, well, that's just me. People get all excited about it. And I got to cover Rolling Stone. They're like, well, it's just a picture. And it's just because it's hard. I think it all happens so fast that we're really having a hard time. It's hard to wrap your mind around it. It happens so fast, and I'm like, well, I'm really the same person, and I just happen to be on the cover of a magazine.
Yeah, the cover of it's one thing to have you say it's just a picture, but and it is. It's just a picture, but it's on the cover of Rolling Stone, dude.
I know, but it's really difficult to wrap your mind around it because like I said, everything just happens so quickly, and we didn't have an opportunity. It's not like I really worked for it too long. I feel guilty sometimes because there are a lot of people who are out there and they've worked their whole lives to get this and that and number one and all that stuff, and all of a sudden it turns up. So I guess it doesn't feel so real because it's happened for me.
I'm assuming you're paying for it now with a lot of work.
Yeah, I had a day off in Toronto a few days ago. And
how good did those days off feel?
I slept all day long. Literally all day. I woke up and went downstairs and had dinner at the hotel, and then I came back up and went to bed again.
Oh my God! You guys, Clay Aiken's on the phone, and more with this psycho who changed my life, of course, as well as his. Coming up in a couple of seconds, so stay close. It's 102.7 KIIS FM.
102.7 KIIS FM.
All right, it's KIIS FM. JoJo on the radio with Clay Aiken. Can you still hear me, dude?
I can.
I'm getting, like I said, 8 million calls. Your fans have created a new language. Have you caught some of this info?
The first time I heard this new language, I guess was I went back home to Raleigh for the show right before we left. Right before we were in the top three. We were in the top three.
Got it.
And I did the morning news show. And this is a hard news show. It's not like a
Fun and
Good Day LA.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But it's a real news, and they had me on the air, and they started talking in this, with these what they were calling Clayisms.
Yep.
And I thought, you people are supposed to be reputable journalists. I've watched you my entire life. I'm supposed to respect you. Stop talking like this,
dude. Yeah, I'm getting like this one lady called me up, and she said she calls her husband her clubby because Clay plus husband equals clubby.
Oh my goodness! If I were her husband, I wouldn't be too happy.
She probably had to pay for that some way or another. Maybe big gift. Then if she got some action, she got clayed.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Claymates, obviously you've heard that one.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Dude, I think you've turned. The Clay Train is coming, which is, by the way, is a good title for your album.
The Clay Train. We'll put it on the list of possibilities.
But I think you've got a lot of young fans as well. But what I find kind of shocking is I get calls from 40-plus-year-old women, lawyers with kids. You've turned them into 16-year-old screaming chicks. How'd you do that?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. It's kind of flattering, but it's in a way, it's very, it's probably the most interesting thing to me, because we'll come to the show, and like you said, there are plenty of people my age who are out there dancing and screaming, but then there are, I guess we had a concert in Pittsburgh, and there was a lady she was probably in her upper 40s to 50s, and she was standing on the chair, just dancing and screaming and jumping up and down, and I thought the woman was going to have a heart attack.
Good Lord.
And it's very weird to see it happen.
And let me tell you one thing. I don't know if you remember this or not at all. The lady told me it happened, I think in Hartford or I don't know where. Once again, adult lady runs up to your bus. She has some red underwear, and she swore they were clean. I said, you didn't yank them off your tail with the skid mark and fling them on. She goes, no, they're totally clean. Okay.
No, I have no skid marks.
But she had some red frilly underwear, she told me. She wrote some sort of email on it from your claybolt.com message board, which, by the way, they all say hello.
Oh, hello to them.
And she flung this underwear in your bus. Did you get the underwear?
I don't know if I got in the bus or not. You know what? I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but I have a lot of underwear.
Oh, dude, no.
I don't know if I can discriminate which one was from what city.
So in case you forget to wash your own drawers, you can pick up some of these.
Unfortunately, I won't be wearing any of these types of underwear.
Good move, dude. Good move.
They're usually red thong.
All right, one other quick question for Clay Aiken. When we come back, you guys don't go anywhere. It's 102.7 KIIS FM. Yo, it's KIIS FM, JoJo on the radio. Hey, Clay, dude, when you come back to L.A., I'm trying to talk with your people right now, working a time for you to come into the studio and hang out, of course, at KIIS FM. Full on. We do a thing, JoJo's in studio audience. We'll pack the studio full of Clay freaks, and we'll have a little party. Are you into that? Are you cool with that?
It'll be interesting, but I'd love to give it a try. Yeah.
Oh, you'll totally dig, dude. How's the album coming along? Because a lot of people are waiting for it. The first single, which you released a single, which did awesome. But I guess the big anticipation, especially from the Clay fanatics, when's the album coming out? I guess it's September. Is that the correct date?
It is September. Should be mid-September. I'm actually finished with it.
Oh, you are? Oh, how did it go then?
It went really well. Everything that's on there, I love. You know, it's all stuff that doesn't make really necessarily a departure for me. So as far as what I'm not compromising any of my morals, I guess, in order to sing stuff that I don't think is appropriate. But anyway,
what are your working titles for the album?
We haven't really. I hesitate to say it because I mentioned it on at one point, and I think it got online, and we're not sure if that's what's going to be. The people who listen are very excited about the title, so I think they're starting. Amazon.com's already got one up that we don't know if it's going to be the real one or not. We really hadn't decided whether we're going to name it, use a song title for it, or make it self-titled, or make it
The Clay Train is Coming is not going to.
That I don't. Unfortunately, JoJo, I don't think we're going to use that.
Well, crap.
But I'll put it on the list. And I'll give it 5, and we'll see if he likes it.
Hi, brother. That's so funny. The Clay Train is coming.
We're not really sure, but the album should be coming out sometime mid-September. We're hoping for that.
Clay, dude, when you get into the studio, we'll have a blast, bro. I'll go ahead and prep you. I have a thing for ladies' toes, so people will probably show up showing their toes off. I don't know if you have a problem with that or not.
As long as you're okay with red thong underwear.
All right, right on. And people make fun of my hair, but how do people react to your hair? I got the bushy mop going, and do people dig it?
I had a girl the other day who wanted to touch it because she thought it was soft, and it was not because it wasn't even clean at the time. So
all right then. Too much info, Clay. Clay, I appreciate it, brother. Have an awesome night. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot.